Hey guys, it's Joe. As promised, I wanted to give you a quick video about the BLTouch. I've ordered yet another one because I love it. I haven't even taken this one out of the package yet for you guys, so I figured I'd do a quick unboxing for you and show you what comes with it and kind of what's up with it and what else you might need when considering installing a BLTouch on your printer. Behind me here you'll see that my Prusa i3, this is my first printer that I ever had. It's old and it's still working. It's actually one of my better workhorses. I've spent many hours on it dialing and calibrating and just going to town on it. Right now it has an inductive sensor, and this is an 8mm inductive sensor, which is a little bit different than your typical run-of-the-mill 4mm inductive sensor. So, sheet of borosilicate glass, borosilicate, can never say that word correctly the first time. Anyway, it's worked so far so good for the last, year or so. I still have always just struggled with having an inductive sensor on this thing. Heat affects the inductive sensor because your build plate will shift and everything else kind of shifts with thermal expansion. So you kind of have to sit here and tweak this sensor back and forth whenever you have to get your height. So you have to reset your height almost every single time you change material from PLA to ABS to PETG. So that's where the BLTouch comes in. The BLTouch uses the actual surface. It doesn't have to detect the metal, it just uses the surface to detect and probe. And it's just a little servo mechanism. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing and see what's in it. Okay, as you can see, here's the packaging the BLTouch comes in. Now this is sent straight from South Korea, and it does come in another packaging with a sheet. We'll get to the sheet. Anyway, the actual package itself, I wanted to kind of do an unboxing with you so you could see what it comes with. So right off the bat, we get the swag, the BLTouch sticker. So you can stick that on your printer so everyone knows you've got the BLTouch. Pretty good packaging. It's very minimalistic, very secure. Make sure the BLTouch doesn't move during shipping from South Korea. Good wire management. All the ones I've ordered so far have come intact and without any damage, and they just come in a pretty standard shipping envelope. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this thing out. It just pops right out. There's your BLTouch. Let's see if I can get a good close-up on this. Okay, there we go. So there's your BLTouch. Not much to it, really. You got two mounting holes. You got an Allen wrench screw on the top, and we'll get to that. You've got the actual probe. This is the pin for the probe. You can see if you barely press the pin, eventually it just snaps up. It's got a magnetic attraction up to the top there, and that's the magic of the BLTouch. So that's what we really love about this thing, is it's compact, it uses actual touch sensitivity instead of having to detect metal, and it stays nice and out of the way very simply versus other servo methods. You've got a lot of servo methods out there that use some form of a sled that slides out when it samples the bed and it retracts, or you've got ones that simply lower, your standard rocker switch down to probe the bed. And those are somewhat reliable and somewhat accurate, and they got the job done once upon a time, but this is just so much cleaner and so much better. So that's what you get here. You got the BLTouch. The BLTouch does not come with Allen wrenches, and that's okay. You should have plenty of those by now with your printers. It comes with this little baggie of goodies. You'll notice that you get a good amount of connectors and the whatnot here to kind of complete your BLTouch. You've got what I like to call the butt connectors, or the inline splices here. So you can take the connector here, and then you get another connector just like it that you can wire using these little JST-like connections. And then you can splice that on there. That's actually the wrong way. And complete the connection that way. I like to do things a little bit differently than that. I'm glad that they give us the options for this, but yeah. So there's also resistors in here for specific boards that require resistors. And then there are mounting screws, as well as washers, and some nuts for mounting. So they give you quite a bit of stuff right off the bat to kind of get you started here, which is great. I mean, it's kind of an all-in-one package. They really thought it through when they put it together and they ship it, anything that you might need. But is it everything that you need, really? I mean, there's going to be some stuff that you're going to want to probably do on your own here. So what else are you going to need with the BLTouch? Well, for me, I'm just going to move this stuff out of the way real quick. This is simple ribbon cable that I got off Amazon. It originally came in a 10-pack, not really a 10-pack, but 10-wire lead ribbon cable. And I just peeled 5 of the conductors off to give me 5 conductors left. And that's what we're going to need for the touch. You can see there are 3 conductors, 3 wires on this side, which is your servo side. And then there are 2 conductors on this side, which are your in-stop side. So this is what's going to plug in to control the servo mechanism inside of the BLTouch. This is what's going to connect to the in-stop point on the board. And we'll get to that. But for me, I like a nice clean install. So I'm going to install JST connectors and run it on a ribbon cable through my cable chain. I'm going to pan up real quick. You can see on my i3, I've got this cable chain. I'm just going to simply run the ribbon cable through the cable chain and have a nice clean install. There's that inductive sensor I was talking about over in the corner there. And that guy is going away. It's been a good guy for a while now, but yeah, it's time to upgrade to the touch. So it's going to go relatively in the same spot as the inductive sensor, maybe a little closer to the hot end if I can manage it. But yeah, that's the plan so far. So I'm gonna zoom back out. So let's take a look at this piece of paper. You'll see on this piece of paper, I know you can't really see it that well here, but it gives you the specifications of the BLTouch. You've got your servo specs and your voltage specs as far as actual physical dimensions. So when you're starting to design a mount for it, it gives you physical dimensions of the sensor. Also, signal timing diagram, which may or may not be important to you depending on how involved you get, and the settings that you need to configure for the BLTouch. And that comes with it as well. So a lot of that is confusing. I will be honest, most of what you'll need you'll find online, either on the Folger Tech Facebook group or other sources. Like there's a BLTouch Google Circles group. I forgot what they call that. Google Plus. You can tell how much I use Google Plus. Anyway, there's a Google Plus group that specifically for the BLTouch. It's got pinouts for all the different boards, including the MKS boards, which I will post some of that stuff once I get into the install phase of this, because this Prusa that I have actually uses an MKS board that I put in there to replace the Ramps Arduino combo. So it'll be very similar to the FT5, which is why I decided to do this video with this printer, because I've already done the FT5. It's over printing. That's what that noise is behind me. So I wanted to show you how I go about installing it on this guy, and it has the same board, so you'll basically be able to just take it and replicate it on your FT5 board. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. That's the unboxing, and that's the kind of the extra stuff you'll need. I'll show you the connectors that I'm using in the next video when we actually start wiring this sucker up. But that's just a taste of things to come. And yeah, there's not much else to it. It's a great little product, and I hope that by the end of these tutorials you see the value in it, and maybe invest the $30-some for the sensor instead of going the route of the inductive sensor that will ultimately give you headaches. But yeah, that's really all I've got. So